What makes me unique is I think I am a huge believer in the importance of a sense of humour and building rapport in the first 5 seconds of meeting someone. And I think building relationship building skills and just having a laugh, and I think as an entrepreneur you can become so bogged down in the stress of everything that you need to deal with, especially for a startup. But I think just having a good giggle throughout the day makes everything 10 times easier. So I think it's a sense of humour and just making fun out of life a bit, because it can all just get a bit too serious. So number one is my mum. She's single-handedly the most influential woman in my life. She has overcome just a crazy amount of challenges, and she has just come out to be someone who I couldn't admire more. And professionally speaking, it would be a lady called Alison G, who was one of the directors at a previous agency, and the way that she held her own against some really scary contenders was absolutely amazing to witness. And I definitely basically have just tried to copy that my entire life. So yeah, definitely those two. It's really important to attract diverse talent, especially as a business leader, because I think we are in an era of firsts where we have businesses that are hugely successful that are now founded from, people that are as diverse as the community that we come from. So I think once you get to that point, and I personally feel driving a business myself, you can fall into a trap where you tippy-toe around the issue and you don't want to admit that you are positively discriminating to try and ensure that you do have a truly diverse workforce. And I do think it's hugely important for especially founders, business leaders, CEOs who are of an ethnic minority themselves to actively encourage their own communities and various other kind of ethnic minorities to be part of the team. And actually, when you're having the recruitment conversation, I've been in so many rooms where people are scared to say, we don't have enough Black, Asian and ethnic minority talent in this room and we need to employ it. But I think just owning that and then actively recruiting, it doesn't mean kind of not hiring the best talent, even if it means not getting the correct ethnic minority in. You need to get who's right for your business into the business, but actually putting a filter on it where you think, I would really like to promote that diversity in my own office, I think is something you shouldn't be scared of, and it should just be owned confidently. And being too mindful of the correct terminology and what's right to say and what's not allowed, it can sometimes stifle the recruitment process because you become so conscious and scared of what's okay that you end up almost ignoring the issue because you just don't want to have to deal with it or go wrong. So I think just having some confidence, admitting that you may say things that are incorrect, but learning from that, I think they're some of the most important things. And as an Asian woman founder, I would actively try and promote ethnic minority talent in my team, and I do when I'm recruiting. So I think it's hugely important. And I just think, if you walk into the streets of London at the moment, this is just one of the most culturally diverse, amazing cities to work, live and eat in. And our offices should be a true reflection of that. It makes no sense to drive a business in London and not have an office that reflects the city that we're richly diverse, and it needs to come across in the private sector.